Welcome to my top 10 most anticipated comic books for January 18th, 2023. Guys, it's never too early to start that pull list for next week, and hopefully this list helps you make decisions on what comic books to buy. I'm Mike Spider Slayer. Welcome back to Comic Book Corner 2.0. Before we dive into it, guys, I just want to give a quick shout out to Whatnot. Whatnot is a free app that you can download, and there's all kinds of auctions, right? I'll leave a link in the description box below, because when you click on that link and create a profile and make your first purchase on Whatnot, guys, you can save yourself $15. So whether you're a card collector, you're a comic collector, you're a Hot Wheel car collector, action figure collector, it's there for you to use. So again, my link is in the description box below. Download the Whatnot app today and save yourself $15. All right, guys, so here we go on the hot seat. And I didn't feel like there was a lot of books coming out that was like gonna blow my mind. I was highly anticipating. There is definitely enough books, but the first book that's on the hot seat where it caught my interest a little bit, it's called Immortal Sergeant, issue 1. This book's written by Joe Kelly, who's done Deadpool and Savage Spider-Man. So what this book is about, a retirement that's happening for this sergeant, and he's come across a lead in a case that's gone cold for, forever, and he's forced to drag his son with him because otherwise he could lose the lead in the case. And then something crazy happens. Cover looks weird. I don't know what to expect from this comic. This might be a book where I'm at the shop. I got to look at the artwork to see how it presents if I pick this one up. This book is 32 pages, and this is a $4 comic book. Here's a book that's on the rise that if you guys don't know about it yet, maybe you'll know about it today, and that is Nightclub. This is issue 2. This one's written by Mark Millar, where you got introduced to a young high school student that was in a horrible accident. A vampire recruited him to work for his army. This is some good vampire. He gave him powers. He recovered from an accident. And now the kid wants to recruit his friends to be vampires so they can be vampire superheroes. Pretty fun, right? It seems that way. And what you can't beat with this comic book is that it's $2, man. So yeah, that's why this book is on the rise. Fun story, cheap price, can't beat it. Let's officially kick off this countdown with number 10. And number 10 goes to Wasp issue 1. This is Janet Van Dyne, who is in this book. And you got Al Ewing, who obviously did Immortal Hulk. And I seem to like the first issue of Ant-Man that was done a little while ago with Al Ewing, but then I kind of fell off of it. It didn't seem so interesting to me. And with this number 10 book, this could have been a book that's very much on the hot seat as well. But like I said, there wasn't that many books. So I might give this one a try just to see what Janet Van Dyne has to offer in this story. We'll see. 28 pages, $4. I very well not buy it anyway. Coming in at number 9, we have Chicken Devils issue 2. It has been forever since this issue 1 came out. I must say it must be at least 2 or 3 months already. Where he had this guy who had this vendetta against these people who killed his family, but he found out at the end of the last volume that his family was alive. And continuing off the last series, there was this guy that was threatening him. Chicken Devil Man wound up killing him, and now you got his fellow police officers that were covering up for him want to be Chicken Devils also. Kind of weird. Kind of reminds you a little bit of Breaking Bad in a way. Pretty good book. Looking forward to this second issue. This is a $5 comic. Moving on to number 8, we have the Invincible Iron Man issue 2. Iron Man versus Iron Heart. What's going on here? I don't think that's really actually Iron Heart that Tony Stark is doing battling against. This is a story right now where Tony Stark is being broken down even further than he already has. He's lost a lot of his money. He's an alcoholic again, and I know we've seen this, and I know a lot of people are upset that Iron Man is being shitted on. But you know what? I think we're going to get to the very rock bottom of this character, and then we're going to see him rise up again. That's what I'm hoping for. The first issue, I actually liked it. I thought it was interesting. Much better than Cantwell's run. It just seemed like that story went on forever with Korvac and everything. So I like to see something different. I liked how Iron Man was actually battling somebody else in a suit of armor. And we'll see what happens with it going forward. I think it's still too early to tell where the long term is with this book. Legacy numbering 652, 28 pages, $4. Coming in at number 7, still on my list, this is Deadpool issue 3. You have Deadpool who has this symbiote that's growing within his body, and he was doing battle against the Poison Ivy ripoff character. I keep forgetting her name. And she wanted this symbiote to grow inside of Deadpool so she can have a symbiote of her own. Well, it wound up going all crazy. Deadpool was hired to kill Dr. Octopus. That went off. And it's just a humorous book, but the humor is not overdone. And that's what I like about it. And hopefully it continues that way. And it doesn't hurt that there's been Spider-Man characters in it also. So we'll see how this continues to pan out. Legacy numbering 328, 28 pages, $4. All right, so moving on to number 6. It's been a while since this book has come out, and this is Hulk issue 11, Hulk Planet Part 3. So we have Hulk in another planet with other Hulks. You found out how they were created, and it all had to do with the last story arc that Donny Cates wrote. And we find out at the end of the last issue that Hulk is dying. Now, how does Ryan Ottley continue this story? Because he's the one that's writing it, he's the one that's drawing it, so that's why it probably took a little bit more time to come out. I'm looking forward to it, actually. Ryan Ottley has written some other stuff, so this is 28 pages, $4. Coming in at number 5, we have Spider-Man issue 3, The Lost Hunt. At the time of this recording, I still have to read Spider-Man The Lost Hunt issue 2. This was the week of the holidays where I didn't get a chance to read all my comic books, and this is literally next on my list to read. I loved issue 1. I liked how this other version of Kraven, or it's not a different version, but it's like a relative or best friend of Kraven, actually broke down the psyche of Peter Parker. And in order to actually kill Peter Parker, Spider-Man, you have to break down all the different elements of him before you actually attack him, so he's at his weakest point. I love that. I love how the Mary Jane and Peter relationship is being strained, not by Marvel, but it's done by the character. That's pretty interesting too. So I'm looking forward to reading issue 2 and maybe issue 3 back to back. I don't know. We'll see. Moving on to number 4, and I am totally excited this book is coming out so soon in the year. We have Barbaric issue 1. This one's called Hell to Pay. So here's the description that it has, because it's been a little while. It says, Barbaric is back and headed straight to hell in an all-new arc so big and bloody, it's getting an extra issue. While Owen tames a dragon with an old friend, Soren and Steel cross paths with someone else from our cursed barbarian's past who isn't looking nearly as friendly. Hell hath no fury like a woman stabbed through the heart by an ugly effing org. Oh wait, who's carrying the axe? So if you're not familiar with Barbaric, I definitely recommend to read the previous 2 story arcs. It's this guy that's cursed to hold an axe that lusts for blood. It doesn't hold back. It's like a R-rated Thor comic book in a way. I definitely recommend this. It's got some great comedic behavior in here as well. Awesome artwork. Some of the best stuff that Volt has to offer. This book is a $5 comic. Coming in at number 3 goes to Punisher issue 9, one of my personal favorite comics of 2023. Here we go. We got the epic showdown between Ares, the God of War, and Frank Castle himself. If somehow the Punisher can't survive, what other forces does Frank Castle have to deal with? This has been a fun story. I know a lot of people don't like it. They may have messed with the Punisher's history or whatnot. I find that interesting. We'll see what happens with it. Legacy numbering 253, 36 pages, another $5 book. Coming in at number 2. A lot of Dick Grayson fans are going to be happy about this one. This is Nightwing. This is issue 100. Here we go, 100 issues of Nightwing, I guess since the New 52, and I'm on board. I have thoroughly enjoyed the Nightwing comic book ever since Tom Taylor has taken it over. I do wish more has progressed. It's been interrupted by events, by team-ups, crossovers, things like that. But nevertheless, it's got great artwork, great character work when it comes to emotion status in the books as well. I just want a little bit more story progression. We recently found out the identity of who Heartless was, which was really good. So I'm looking forward to seeing what this 100th issue has to offer. And this one is a huge book of 56 pages, $7. All right, so what's number 1 this week? Well, this book is strong on every countdown, and that's World's Finest. This is issue 11. The saga of Boy Thunder crashes to a close. So this is the end of this story arc. We're going to find out who the Boy Thunder actually is. And I guess this is a character that DC fans have known for decades. And at last it is revealed. This book has been awesome. I love, same thing, the character work in this book. I love how it's almost like its own little DC universe where things were simpler. The character interactions between each other are awesome. You've gotten to see a whole slew of characters, whether it's the Flash, the Titans, just a bunch. And they all work with each other really well. So I can't wait to see how this story arc concludes, and hopefully the momentum continues with this book. And this one is 32 pages, $4. All right, guys, so here we are. Number 1's done, but we're not done. We have the noteworthy comics, and the first ones we're going to be hitting on are DC Comics, and that goes to The Flash, issue 791. I don't read the series, but I know a lot of people enjoy it. Next, we have Batgirls. This is issue 14. Batman fans, you have Batman One Bad Day, Bane, issue 1. Then we have the tie-in that goes to the Lazarus Planet, which I don't think I'm buying. Lazarus Planet, Assault on Krypton, issue 1. Let me know in the comments below if you guys are buying these tie-ins. All right, moving on to Marvel Comics, we have Venom, issue 15. That's the Dark Web tie-in, along with Dark Web X-Men issue 3. Definitely a disappointment as an overall event. And then we have Immortal X-Men. This is issue 10. Great looking cover. Then we have Strange issue 10. Moving on to the indies, we have Scorched. This is issue 14. Walking Dead fans, The Walking Dead Deluxe issue 55. That series has got to get love. It's a wonderful series, especially if you're reading it for the first time. And then we have Gargoyles issue 2, which I don't think I'm actually picking up. I wasn't a fan of the first issue. And then Dune fans, you got a comic called House of Harkonnen, issue 1. So there you guys have it. There are all the top 10 most anticipated and noteworthy comics getting ready to come out for January 18th, 2023. If you love my content, guys, make sure you pow that like button, pow that subscribe button. Check out more content right here. That's the top 10 comic book covers of the week. And of course, guys, keep buying, keep collecting, but most importantly, always read your comics. Guys, I will see you tomorrow.